To answer your question, why do chefs use snake oil in their cooking? I actually don't know this question, so let's find out. Wow, that was a doozy. I spent at least 4 hours just actually researching all this so I can give you an answer on this one, which was actually fascinating and threw me into this large rabbit hole of information. And I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. So I would suggest how you return the favor to me and how you help me is by clicking that like button. That helps more, smashing it. So, to answer your question, it's kind of broad, so we have to go back a little bit before we get to that answer. First off, the Chinese are actually the ones that originally use it. They use it as kind of a remedy for arthritis and just joint pain. But in my research, what I found was the first question I asked was, what are the benefits of snake oil? With my research, what I found was the history of how snake oil came into the United States, and it was actually a big con, which was kind of funny. The article is actually under below. All my stuff that I read to give you guys this information is all in the description, so check it out. Please do. The next question I asked was, what enzymes are left over in cooking snake oil? Because, some things get damaged when you apply heat. Well, actually, a lot of things get damaged. Which I didn't find an answer. Which actually led me to an article, which was this word, which, funny enough, you're going to find out why this word is very important in a second. It's isopentanoic acid, which is what's found in snake and fish oil, which is, funny enough, in Greenland has a high percentage of fish in their diet, so they have a lot of that found in their system, which is kind of cool. This is very important information why we use snake oil. So I ran into a study, and the study was, and it comes back to my first article, what I was reading was the history, and it was based on Clark Stanley. Now, Clark Stanley, if you might know, he was actually a con artist. He was an entrepreneur. They say he was an entrepreneur, but he's really a con artist. So in the 1800s, he actually did a demonstration, right? I mentioned with the snake and whatever. Well, they found out in the early 1900s that when they went into his shipping yard and they got his bottles, they tested out, didn't find a trace of snake oil. Now later, which comes to the article that I found, in 1989, there was a published article of finding out what was in rattlesnakes, red rattlesnakes and black rattlesnakes. And isopentanoic acid, as you see in this part right here, the EPA, that's what they're measuring. You'll see that it's 19, and then there's 0.4, and then 0.7, and from there, they're just trying to find how much does one, pretty much a snake contain in this. It's pretty crap. It doesn't even compare. But the most important information that I found through this whole, research was that by smashing that like button. No, but seriously, it just comes down to helping with joint pains. They use snake oil to help your joints, and it's just a remedy. That's really it. So if you want to add it to your food and start in your cooking, go ahead. I would strongly suggest it. It is, amino fatty acid, so absolutely, essentially it's a fish oil, right? Nowadays, we use fish oils instead of snake oil because snake oil has a bad reputation, what I was finding from research, because of Clark Stanley, of his whole con that he pulled back in the early 1900s and 1800s. Such a bummer. But thank you for this question. Thank you for actually putting me in this journey to find this information. It was a lot of fun. And if you haven't already, smash that like button. And I'm Chef Nicolas Ganea. Thank you for listening. And if you haven't already, and you've liked the stuff that I do, come on, subscribe. Help me out, brother and sister. Yeah, maybe. All right. I'll see you next time. Peace.